Hello, hello. Citizens of Aero, welcome. It's a new year and time for some new Titan action. Welcome to our affiliate tournament series, The Road to the Championship, Edition 1. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Nugget, and I am joined today on this auspicious occasion by the one and only Ross. How are you today?
Hey, yo, what's up, TitanArmy? I'm doing great. It's a beautiful Saturday, the first tournament for Reign of Titans in 2026. I'm just all kinds of excited, frankly.
Yeah, lots of new stuff coming down the pike. A lot of new stuff. A lot of folks in the chat already. How's it going? Annie
Yeah,
Rude, Sharma, RC Tushar. How's it going?
the
Welcome
whole
in, welcome
crew.
in. Yes.
Yeah,
No chats today, unfortunately, or no
no cam,
cams.
no
You'll just have
cams.
to scan that wonderful QR code and imagine both of our wonderful smiling faces at you guys.
That's right. We'll just have to paste it in the corner, I guess, of your own screen. Get a little
Yeah.
screenshot
Yeah.
of
There you
Nugget and
go.
I, paste it in the corner. We'll get the cams back up for the next couple tournaments, people. Don't you worry. Because we'll be there. But we got our players lined up. We're down to our final four. We have two semifinals, and then, of course, the grand finals
Yes,
coming in
indeed.
hot. Kyla Uncle as well. What's up, first time chatter? How are you? No cams today, I know.
No
Big sad.
cams. Yep.
Big sad.
We've
Uh,
got our tournament model today here. We're running a King of the Hill style bracket today. Players must eliminate every single one, at least here at the top of the bracket, every single one of their opponent's Titans. One Titan stays in until it is defeated. Weapons and deck changes are allowed. So if you see any tomfoolery, make sure to make some noise in the chat. But we
that's
do
right.
have
Really spam it up there, folks.
make that noise, make that noise. So, our first matchup here for the semifinals. We got three Titans versus three Titans. We've got Killer Besto with their three Titans, the Dusk Titan Kashi, the Poison Titan Bam Bam, and the Sea Titan Vishnath. Very interesting team structure there. Versus Heya, we have the Dusk Titan Glaciate, the Poison Titan Olamilekon, and the Forest Titan Ruby Perez. Que interessante. Very interesting. Here we go. We're getting our first match to you today to kick off 2026.
That's right. Semifinals number one. And I think these are still just eliminate two Titans, right? It's not eliminate all three until grand finals. Best of five. Beautiful.
Best of
Love
five,
that. Must
yes.
eliminate all three of your opponent's Titans. Pardon me. Up until this point, you just had to eliminate two of your opponent's Titans, but
Mm-hmm.
now the best of the best must strive for complete domination. Eliminate your entire roster from your opponent.
The besto of the besto, as it
Okay,
were.
I see what you did there. Titan choices are optional here in game number one. The winner of each match must stay with that Titan until it
Mhm.
loses. If you are the loser of a match, you have the choice to come back with the same Titan or a different one. So this little rock, paper, scissors here for first choice is pretty important.
Mhm.
But there's still plenty of time to react in terms of game two and game three, potentially game four and
Absolutely.
game five.
Yes.
Also, new to this format is that you can change scrolls and you can change weapons between
Yes.
games. However, you cannot change the stats of your Titan once you are in a match. So once this semifinal starts, the Titans will need to remain with the same stats for the entirety of the thing, but they will be able to change decks and scrolls and weaponry, which is
Weapons.
crazy.
Yes. A
No
lot
bans. No,
of
there are no bans in this
no
format at
bans.
all. At all. You must oh, look at this. Look at the festive
Our wintry
arena.
wonderland arena is here.
Yeah, big changes to the game if you guys haven't played in a bit, or if you just you've been living under a rock, or you haven't noticed as much. You can see the Titans starting with 140 mana instead of
Yes.
a full bar of mana. There's also major differences in the mana default mana regen at the end of the turn.
Mm-hmm.
So the play styles, we'll see how sort of the play styles have to change here in these different times. For example, you can't play all the scrolls you want to on turn one because you just don't have enough mana to play them all.
Yes. No 4 scroll dominator rolls here at the start.
That's right. High roll sky is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, the Mirage canceling the steal, which is a great first turn scroll. It's cheap, but the effect is so good. Steal 10 stats from all your opponent's stats for 2 turns, but that gets snuffed out, and we will remain at base stats for Kashi.
60 defense for Ruby Perez, the Forest Titan. I have a feeling that that stat is going to be green for this entire match.
Oh yeah, so you can already see they're struggling in the mana department already. Kashi down at 35 this turn, Ruby Perez at 75. We usually don't see those types of numbers until scroll counts are down into the teens.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are on turn 2, players having to make much more strategic decisions on how that mana is spent and when it is valuable to spend a lot versus a little. Locked in. We see Kashi bringing the Spiked Shield Mallet setup. A high-powered loadout being magic-eccentric, it would seem. On the other side, we see the Fruit Wall and Merlin, a more, I'd say, hesitant, more resistant weapon set
Resistant weapon setup, I'd say so.
by the Forest Titan, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Dusk versus Forest, an interesting matchup with the true damage from Dusk and sometimes high damage from Forest. It doesn't look like this is a super duper slow playing Forest, as they are down 5 scrolls from their opponent's stack of 25 total. Red Zoe in the chat. What up? How you been? Glad you're here.
Welcome in, welcome in.
Natural Might from the Forest, going to get that defensive number up. Mystic Ritual going to, on the other hand, get the Magicka number ready to rock for Kashi. Here comes the heavy blow from that mallet, but it deals 0 damage, as does Defy Logic. This is a turn that Dusk wishes they had back. Oh, man. And the Shared Misery, paying 50 health to get 0 effect there.
Still
Yikes.
gets the 20 back, but again here, even at scroll counts being very tied, Ruby Perez sitting pretty full health.
Yeah, lots of game left here, though. It does look like Ruby Perez sort of pumping the brakes here, plays that other Fruit Wall scroll. Oh, we see a Blood Magic from Kashi. If they're alive at the end of this turn, they will gain back 200 health, which I'm not sure in this matchup is ultra important, but in terms of scrolls that they could play this turn and not because the Root of Resilience, I think, is still, well, the previous turn. We're setting up for the next turn. Sorry, the lag there and the rubber banding got us picked up. But while that Root of Resilience is active, you're going to try to play some scrolls that don't necessarily deal damage. So healing effects and buffing effects are pretty popular during those turns. We're having a touch of disconnect issue here. Luckily, our game auto reconnects the opponents as soon as their connection is reestablished. We'll see if we can get that back online. Unfortunately, if you do disconnect all the way and this timer runs out, the player that was disconnected will take the loss for that match. Titan Army, how you guys feeling today? Who do you have in this matchup, by the way? I saw lots of poison on the
On
player
the
sheets.
brackets, yes.
Yep, lots of poison on
Yes.
the player sheet, which makes sense because in this King of the Hill format where you have to eliminate all of your opponent's Titans, something like poison that's very flexible. And there it
Oh,
is.
and yeah, there it is. The victory screen pops up for Kashi. Looks like we had a disconnect for Ruby Perez on the end of Heya there, unfortunately.
Yep, we'll see if they can get reconnected, bounce back in game 2 and 3. But their Forest Titan has been eliminated and cannot be used for the rest of this set.
Big sad. We will see if the Dusk Titan comes out as the answer or if the Poison Titan on Heya's roster is the answer.
Chat, what do you think? If it was you, so we know that Killer Besto's playing Dusk. Do you go for the Dusk Ditto or do you play Poison? That's a tricky one. I mean, Dusk is very strong right now.
Very strong indeed.
So Dusk Ditto makes sense if you have confidence in the Dusk Ditto. Poison is flexible, so it might even come down to like guessing the double back, right? Like if Killer Besto changes weapons or changes decks or something like that, Poison sort of in a position to be flexible in receiving that type of opponent. But we shall see. We'll find out. Again, all scrolls and all weapons can be changed between any match. However, you cannot change your stats within a set. So these players are now locked in with the stats they have.
Yes.
But you can be reactive in terms of your weapons and scrolls. Ooh, Anirudh says, "Go Dusk v Dusk."
Dusk.
That's
the vote for the Dusk Ditto.
The Dusk fanboy in me says, "Yeah."
yes.
The player in me is like, "Eek." I don't know.
It's scary.
I know it's scary. I don't have a whole lot of poison experience, especially in the poison versus Dusk matchup. But it depends. I think it depends on kind of what your poison plan is. I think if you're playing the slow play Hive, I think. Like if you're looking at that end of turn damage, I think Dusk has you covered. Right. Their healing options are just so good.
There's so many throughout the entire choice of deck builds. You still have opportunities for restoration and keeping yourself healthy. So it is possible to stave out that big smackaroonie from hive damage, but I don't know. Even then, the current poison meta is very strong, even with the mana changes and mana restoration changes.
Yeah, Dusk, obviously, because they can pay for scrolls with health, they have a little bit of a leg up here in this new frontier of starting mana. But I think that if that being said, like Poison has a whole lot of low cost scrolls that are really good. So they can really get the ball rolling pretty quickly, even with only 140 starting mana. Get that Poison and Toxin lined up and really cutting pretty quick. Looks like we're still having a little bit of an issue getting players back on board. I'd rather this get hammered out now than while we get into game 2. I don't want Heya to go down 0-2 from connection issues. So it's good that we are sort of seeing it now. Maybe we can get this resolved in between. Call it a little halftime. Welcome to the stream, everybody. It looks like we just had an influx of people dropping in.
Yeah, hello.
This is Reign of Titans action. First tournament of 2026.
Yes, indeed.
And if you haven't seen the tournament schedule, be prepared when I say this. There are tournaments every single Saturday until March. Through March, I should say.
Yes.
Every single Saturday through March, we are having Reign of Titans tournaments where you can play for in-game currency, titanium, or cash prizes, depending on the week. And each of these tournaments runs a little bit differently, has a little bit different rule set. There's just so much to get excited about here in 2026. And the tournament schedule is just the start. Also, if you weren't in the Titan Talk yesterday, which is our weekly sort of call with the team, with the devs, hearing about the direction of 2026, the long-awaited tournament platform, which is sort of a public platform for hosting events and matching with friends, etc., is coming very soon. It's being internally tested this week. I am super jazzed about it.
Yeah,
It's
if you
going to
want,
enable lots of wildness.
should be able to have more influx, a lot more usability for new players and seasoned players alike. If you want more info, definitely head on over to the Discord and check out the recording from the Titan Talk. That also will be shifting to a every other week format coming in this new year,
Oh,
where there's lots
yeah.
of nice and new juicy content, potentially some alpha, potentially some sneak peek at some merch, as we might have heard.
Ruh-roh!
But you didn't hear that from Nugget. You didn't hear that from me.
That's right. It wasn't in the notes of the recording. So if you know, you know, people. All right, looks like Heya is locked in with their Titan Glaciate, which is also a Dusk Titan. We are
The
in the
Dusk
Dusk
Ditto.
Ditto.
We're
And look
here.
at the difference of stat lines here. It's incredible.
Wow.
Mutual Torment coming out, unfortunately, going to get snuffed. Only had to pay 15 for it, though, which is the good news for Kashi. Run for cover now is going to get Drain Life. So defensive turn one from both players, at least in terms of dodging a single attack. Glaciate also throwing down that healing nature, plus 30 health at the end of turn for 3 turns running. So stat lines, because of that steel scroll, again, super good turn one scroll. Steel getting plus 10, well, stealing 10 stats from
Stealing,
the
yes.
opponent. Why Mad Mirror? Now, that's a good shout. I will say, first off, it looks so good in the golden variant. So reflective. It also looks a touch like a Thanksgiving platter or something.
A little bit, yes. Like the fancy platter for the charcuterie board.
There you go. Ooh, there goes the 80 damage from the agony of Kashi. They're already under half health. Plays a major recovery to get it back in. Oh, I lied.
And
There's the
blood
blood
magic
magic.
pops there with a bunch of end of turn healing, and Kashi is at full
Jeepers.
strength. Agility stats back to neutral here, but Glaciate with that slight advantage. But Kashi here with the mana pool advantage and health lead here. We did
Yeah.
see a slight weapon change up for Kashi as well. That offhand shield is now the Eye of Gorana.
Yep. Does not need the spike shield damage output from last match. And to come back to the Mad Mirror, I think it's a great pick. If you look at the base
Yeah.
stats of Kashi, they're all super low except for
hmm
Magicka. So
hmm
even stealing 10 from your opponent. So he already used the steal scroll to do that for 2 turns. And then there are 2 more scrolls with Mad Mirror that will steal stats away. So
Yeah.
essentially Kashi may only have Magicka stat for a portion of this game, thanks to
Right.
those couple scrolls.
That's a
So that's
really,
potentially the
really
first reactive, sort of to the format, reactive weapon change. Of course, I say that, and maybe Heya's been playing with this weapon setup for the entirety of the bracket. I have no idea, but I think it fits this exact matchup pretty well. There's that steal in the opposite direction now. So green stats for Kashi.
oh
Ooh,
big hit
wailing
for the Defy
away.
Logic. Yeah.
Magicka number at 40, which is the highest stat we've seen thus far in the
hmm
match. 84 damage.
Ooh, a lot of that negated with that Vampiric Strike. A decent amount of healing. Mutual Torment, though, again, going to continue. Mutual Agony going to continue to cut through. Glaciate now still in the running behind here. Now stat advantage is in Kashi's favor. A lot
Yeah, we're
more mana
getting
to work with as well.
getting to the point of the game where you have to start thinking about what's left in your deck. What tools do I have? How can I close this out? What does my opponent have? There's Broken Shriek, which is going to get the Shadow Veils started up for Kashi, meaning they pay half health on all of their health payment scrolls. So we'll see if we see a couple of those coming through. Rejection, the first one. Pay 10 health, get 15 back. That seems pretty good. Oof, but
Ooh,
on the
the
other side,
Hex.
Hex is going to get Glaciate real low. Blood Magic
Oh
is going
no,
to...
Blood Magic.
Oh!
Oh,
Glaciate did
just.
not see it coming. Kashi
Mhm.
putting on the thrusters there. After that Shadow Veil was up, they said, hold my life steal. Glaciate thought they had a little bit of a barrier after the mana drain in scroll slot 1, but Kashi played 3 scrolls that didn't require any mana after that. So Kashi up 2-0, and Heya gonna have to depend on their trusty Noble Steed Poison to try and win 3 in a row. Killer Besto just needing one more victory to eliminate all 3 Titans of Heya. GG's so far.
GG's indeed.
Yeah, that Blood Magic was a real gamble.
The
You
big
know,
risk. Yes.
right,
Yes.
if that comes back and you get the plus 200, you feel like an absolute champion. But if you drain yourself of all of your health before you can get that 200 back, you just kind of feels bad, man.
Just yeah, you're not going to see that health come back. You're just going to see the defeat logo pop
Yeah.
up.
Is Heya playing with his left hand? I don't know. He had a plan there. It just
Yeah.
the plan of Kashi was completely contrary. But players crushing out here so far. Again, all these players in the Final Four having to battle their way through a pretty big bracket this morning. This is their first opportunity at gaining points and or a spot straight to our first championship of the year. Again, the year is going to be broken down into these sort of miniature seasons or series of tournaments, and those series are all going to earn points towards qualification. However, the victor, the winner of this tournament, as well as taking home the biggest slice of the US dollars cash pool, they will also earn an automatic ticket to that series tournament of champions that's going to happen in at the end of March.
End of March. We're on the road right now. We're ready. We're beginning. This is the first jumping off point to get into that championship.
Heya's third element is poison.
Yes.
That's correct. I played this morning. However, my mobile app was not working properly. It was only loading to a black screen, so I had to insta concede.
Well, feels bad,
to
man.
Matty OP. I didn't earn a single leaderboard point to try and claw my way into the series championship. But lots of people will be earning some points today. And again, if you can't, I like that climb and that opportunity for players like myself who have never won a tournament. I've never, got to the finals of a tournament. But if I consistently compete and I consistently do, reasonably well, I will accumulate some of those leaderboard points and be invited to that sort of invitational championship with a well-earned spot. So here we are in game 3. Kashi versus Olamelekan. The Poison Titan. We see the Merlin, the epic Merlin. And the Fruit Wall. Yes. And I'm with the stat lines. This is looking to be a very cheeky poison build.
Yes,
high
indeed.
defense,
Very high D.
Enduring lots of damage, just trying to make it count when they can. It's an interesting time for this Merlin weapon because the starting mana is 140 instead of a full bar. So being able to blast off your opponent in turn 1 and punish them for not spending enough is sort of dead. But a lot of the sort of Merlin meta of the past months hasn't really worked that way. It's about saving those scrolls for when the time is right. So it's not that game plan is gone. It's just that you don't have that opportunity for the insta kill.
Correct.
300 damage turn 1. Game starts with 80 mana. No, game starts with 140 mana. Did I hear my name? Aunt Sharma. Thanks for being here and hanging out in the chat. So far, a lot of nothing happening in turn one.
Just a
Both
bit of
players,
stage setting.
that's right, just setting the table for the feast to come. Run for cover for Kashi. Steal.
Steel.
I mean, Poison has not played a scroll yet this turn. We'll see if they're choosing.
Protection ward gets canceled out by the run for cover. Very interesting there.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, defense stat, the only one to speak of here for the Poison Titan.
Which protection ward would have hit. I mean, is massive in this matchup. It has restore and dispel. So it wasn't a damage that got blocked, but it was a hefty matchup piece. So Kashi feeling pretty good about that run for cover, even though for a second there it looked like they were going to have a turn of whiffage. No scrolls played, but then Poison with that, just catching potentially like a top 3 target there in the
Right.
Poison deck.
A pretty early blood magic for Kashi as well. But
yeah, blood magic. I mean, it's odd in this matchup because the damage from poison is going to be very explosive. So
right.
blood magic is sort of a scroll that you can't play reactively. And so the rest of this matchup is going to be very reactive. But blood magic tossed out says, I'll just keep my health at max. Not a big deal. Just stay healthy while I can. And again, Kashi, well aware of the Merlin scrolls that give your opponent some mana at end of turn. So they give your opponent mana, which then at the end of turn could cause you mana overflow. So Kashi doing well to keep that mana bar sort of at a reasonable medium level. Again, if Kashi wins this, they move to grand finals. If Olam Alekan wins this, they will have to win 2 more in a row. There's the slow scroll.
Slow. Seldom 2 agility stats is the thing that wins out.
Oh man, there's the Wicked Eye. So let the games
Barely any
begin.
stats left, thanks to that Wicked Eye. Ooh, Titan Bliss.
Titan Bliss keeping them healthy. Drink Acid is a good
Also
scroll here.
very healthy.
Mutual Torment going to hit for nothing because of the temporal shift. Now that damage will come through at the end of this turn unless some sort of negation effect takes place. Temporal shift, one of those new-ish mechanics. It says you don't take any damage this turn. However, all the damage you would have taken this turn will resolve at the end of the next turn. So right now, Olam Alekan looking pretty healthy, but may end up taking a hefty bit of damage if that temporal shift resolves.
Fancy a bite comes in. Hits for 55. Ooh, the Alchemist pops. Kashi nice and healthy. Ooh, Honey Pot comes through for some trades. No stall from Olam Alekan.
Could hurt some. And the mana drain. Oh no, Kashi maxing out their mana bar.
Oh no, 270. Oh wow. And then Kashi still hangs on here with 60. Big swings there.
Yeah. And now you have to wonder what the final 7 scrolls are for Olam Alekan. I mean, we have one more Merlin scroll.
One more at least.
We saw Fancy a Bite, and then we saw Honey Pot and No Stall. So keeping one in the back pocket didn't have the full 4-card combo, but it's good to know that's still hanging out. Kashi just living on a prayer here with 50 health. They're like daring. Oh, there's poison gas.
Poison gas.
Tick, 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 Kashi.
Deals for 64.
Does Heya have damage?
Fish stab.
Oh,
there's the final Merlin scroll there to close things out just enough. And wow, Kashi falls here after running 2 Titans into the ground.
That's right. Kashi gets retired for the set, and now we know Heya comes back with poison, and Killer Besto will pick from their remaining 2 elements, which I think are sea and poison.
Sea and poison, yes, indeed. So now the card is in the other hand, as it were. Do we get to see a poison Ditto now, or
Ooh.
is Killer Besto going to pull out the Sea Titan?
And furthermore, is Heya going to switch it up and go for hive poison now?
Yes, yes.
Like it could be sort of a double negative here. We have a Titan switch and a element
Playstyle
switch.
switch. Yep.
Right. It's that's why this format is fun. That's why poison is fun currently.
Mm-hmm.
Really hard to nail down what your opponent's doing now. His Titan is locked into the stat line. However, hive poison doesn't necessarily require a certain stat line anyway. All of their scrolls sort of do the heavy lifting. It's sort
Right.
of as written, you know. I will apply this damage as written. It doesn't really rely on stat buffs or anything like that. So, will we see Poison Ditto? Will we end up seeing Stall Poisons, or will we end up seeing Hive Poison? Or will we see a Sea Titan? I'm trying to think how the Sea versus Poison would go. I feel like Poison has a lot of low cost scrolls, and so that sort of manananigans,
Right. Doesn't
tomfoolery of C doesn't really work out. Um, C does hit pretty hard, so if there was like a very hyper aggressive C build, I could see that going against the Poison. But I think sort of control C versus control Poison is sort of a losing battle. That's just me. Chat pros, let me know if I just have a wrong read here, but I think I would, if I didn't have an aggressive C build, I'd probably go Poison Ditto here. And then you as well, you meaning the person choosing, would have to choose. Do I play Hive Poison and do I play Stall Poison? I don't think anybody wants to play Stall Poison versus Stall Poison, but maybe on the same hand, you don't want to play Hive Poison versus Hive Poison. That is true that C has Detoxify, has a couple different ways to play against, especially Hive Poison. However, I think that it loses to control, right? If it was a very controlling poison build, I think that C would lose that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, been wrong before. Hey, y'all, if you're hanging out in the chat, first off, thank you. Secondly, take a screenshot of either your Twitch page or your YouTube page and put that in the proofs and submissions. We'll get you some in-game currency or loot boxes for your engagement here.
Yeah, show us that you're here. Show us that you're hanging out.
That's right. Tell your friends. Also, I know there's big pushes going on Instagram. So if you have not followed Reign of Titans on Instagram or the Reign of Titans esports on Instagram, I think that is a fairly newish account that is being pushed by the team. So get on there.
There are also a few regional specific pages for our audience here who is all over the world. Make sure you also follow your regional account. Get the most and latest and greatest, bestest, newest information. And check
I've
out
also heard there's going to be some regional giveaways.
Yeah.
Some regional giveaways on those pages. So Reign of Titans BR for the Brazil page. And again, anyone can follow this. It does not, you don't need to be in that region necessarily, but there's the BR page. There's also Reign of Titans IN for the India specific content. And again, alpha or not, leaks or not, I've heard there's going to be some regional giveaways on those pages. So get out there. Oh, also Reign of Titans Tales. I almost forgot.
Yes,
the new animation account. That's right. We're going to be pushing lots of animated content, which I think the IP is so strong, right? The IP is so strong. The art is so strong. The characters The cute and cuddly massacre of what is Reign of Titans is super strong. And so Reign of Titans Tales is going to be a new account for animated content, which is already popping off. Hazy posted one in the chat the other day and tagged me, and I had quite a good giggle at the animated content. So props to the art team and the promotional team getting those set up. And again, Reign of Titans in 2026 is going to be, the snowball is already large and it will only get larger.
Absolutely. Make sure you also check out the motion comic. One of the things that has been part of our big push in the last end of last year, but still up there and still a part of this big, big wave of new and fresh things coming down the line. Reign of Titans. I think Nightbot linked that earlier in the chat. Go check it out if you haven't. And while we're here, make sure you hit that follow button. If you're on YouTube, make sure give a thumbs up, give us a like on the stream if you're liking the content and liking these tournament streams. Thanks for showing up on either platform.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And as always, you can go play Reign of Titans at reignofTitans.gg. Make yourself some free-to-play Titans, or find some people to link up with, a team captain that has some rentals for you. You can rent Titans for free and play in these tournaments. There's always enough rentals to go around. So jump on in there, learn the game through those free-to-play Titans, quest your way through the Aereo map, level up your Titans. And then, of course, if you want to jump in on the tournament scene, there's a tournament every single Saturday from here until the end of March. Some of those with cash prizes, some of those with titanium prizes, but all of them pointing towards that series finale, the sort of championship invitational. It's almost like a poker satellite, right? All of these little satellite tournaments all sort of lead to a gigantic $4,000 prize pool championship at the end of March. So get in there, folks. Here we go. It's game 4. We're loaded up, and it's going to be the Poison Ditto. Killer Besto opting for Poison Ditto as opposed to the C.
Right.
And we will see. It does look, at least weapons-wise, just eons more, I'd say, aggressive and straightforward than the poison we just saw. They have Spike Shield and Poison Dagger as their weapons. And so we are about to see an unstoppable force versus an immovable object, I think. It's going to come down to, can Olam Alekan find that cheat scroll for the temporal shift? Can they find sort of those, oh my, fancy a bite coming out early here. Did Bam Bam spend enough this turn to keep themselves out of hot water? Oh, and Honey Pot. What a find on turn 1.
Jeez.
Is it enough to pop the top?
That's an opener.
Oh, it is. It is. That is an opener for sure. Now, we must talk about the flip side here. Bam Bam already putting down a pretty thick layer of end-of-turn damage on the other side. We see the minus 35 tick off on the right side of our screen for Olam Alekan. Players are reconnected. Let's get into turn number 2. But man, what a find there for Olam Alekan with that double sort of mana gain first turn. What's it going to be here? Spike Shield. This is the gas we were talking about. Bam Bam ready to swing fists, but they do lose all their stats for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, Bam Bam's 1 point of agility lead disappears.
Mind control. There's more injection of poison. But the health loss has been wiped away by Olam Alekan. They still see that toxin keyword. However, we don't see the health loss from the poison damage. Tight health totals currently, 300 and change for both players.
Deadly gas. Bam Bam starting to stack on the
Oh,
end of turn damage. Major recovery is going to help now. Infected
that is
stab. We're
that
adding.
is a
We're just adding.
perfectly timed major recovery. Mana drain gonna keep Omalekum. Oh, chronic
Oh, and
disease with
chronic
the
is
hive.
320.
Phew!
Alchemist.
My God,
Alchemist
what?
just barely helps keep Alamalekin healthy. But oh my lordy.
If they did not play the major recovery, they were
No,
dead.
it was gone. It was game.
Heya has seen the future, folks, and which is wild because the beginning of that turn, just looking at the sort of the game state, it did not necessarily look like a hive type turn, right? There was not a major stack of poison and toxin damage on the right side. But because of the first two scrolls of that turn, I mean, Deadly Gas is one of the largest end of turn damages in the entire game. Run for cover. Oh, Malekam still on the back foot here as I yap along. Holy, drink acid.
Oh, Bam
In
Bam with the
two
Alchemist.
turns, Olam
Yep.
Alekem has gained over 300 health.
Well, if they lost over 300, gaining over
Here we
300.
go. It's the hive. No.
Ugh.
Yes, swarm attack went off. I didn't see the damage
I didn't
done.
see
Maybe I
damage
missed
come
something.
through.
Chat pros, what do we miss there? It was swarm attack for sure came out, but maybe it got wiped clean right before that. And again, maybe Bam Bam has seen the future as well. Both of these players knowing how the flow of this matchup works. And again, Olam Alekem down to 10 total scrolls is sort of having to consider what do I even have left? I mean, we've seen all three of the major heals. So 212 might be all they have left in terms of, health remaining. There's major recovery from Bam Bam, sitting fine as a dime, close to 400.
Yeah, I don't know. I was watching back on the stream. No, the swarm attack popped off, but no big hive drop. So
Hum. Hum, they say. Swarm
regardless
attack.
here, Alam Alaikum here is down on the scroll count.
There's a canceled scroll. Acid rain coming through. Fish stab.
Gonna hit
I mean,
for
hard to say how much damage is even left in Olam Lekem's deck.
the nose stall comes out.
So one fish scroll and the nose stall. We'll see if it's enough to get that. There it is. Overflow hitting
Mm-hmm.
again. Hey, batting 1,000 on the mana overflow turns. Played one fish slap plus honeypot on turn one, and then we just saw fish slap plus nose stall.
There's Bam Bam's swarm attack here. Just gonna
Oh,
hit. Surge
there.
Serum.
Oh, but it was too late. Hive got played on scroll slot
Mm-hmm.
one. Serum a little bit late. A Bliss isn't going to be able to let them hang on for another turn. Drink acid. Bam Bam now sort of playing these healing scrolls after the fact. Olam Alekem has already played all of them. And I think we see a concede there.
Yes,
Bam
indeed.
Bam with the win. Olam Alekem staring down their final four scrolls said, I do not
I
have the
don't have it.
tools. I cannot pull out a victory. GG's to Heya, but
GG's
they
indeed.
fall in semifinals. Killer Besto going to grand finals to face off against the winner of our next matchup. What do we got here in semifinal number 2, Nugget?
Our matchups here for semifinals 2, we have TST Crips with their Titans all named TST Crips. So thanks for that. For ease of us two poor souls here in the mic booth. We have a Dusk Titan, we have a Poison Titan, and a Forest Titan on the roster. Versus stopping them, the Sea Titan Mario, the Poison Titan Red Pepper, and the Forest Titan MG Brazil. So almost the same matchups that we have seen. And here we go. Second matchup going to be determining who heads off to grand finals here to face off against Killer Besto. We're going to get these players matched up and brought in. And here we go.
And just because it's unique, we can bring up again that Killer Besto could, at this point, change the stats of their Titans. The stats of the Titans are not necessarily like public anywhere, so you can't really counterpick your, like, based on your current opponent or counter stat. I don't know. But it is noteworthy that in this current format, you can change your stat lines in between sets. You can always, between each match, change your scrolls, your deck, and your weapons. If you haven't already taken those screenshots, folks, get a little snap, a little post that in the proofs and submissions on Discord, and get yourself, I think, a loot box. I got some loot this morning for trying to guess the tournament winner on Instagram. So if you guys are not, again, active in those socials, it's an easy way to crack into the loot stash.
Easy get some of buckets.
Get some of those juicy loot crates. I think I actually just got over 30 normals. I'm over that line, so now I can pare those down to one mega loot box. 30 normals into 10 mediums into one mega loot box. Which, you can get those epics and legendaries out of the mega loot boxes.
It's entirely possible.
Oh my goodness, I got 2 mediums for doing that this morning.
What?
We can absolutely open ourselves a mega. Again, if you're unfamiliar, there are loot crates that can be distributed for tons of different engagements across the game. Those loot boxes in game will have weapons, will have scrolls, will have titanium and consumable items. So definitely something you're going to want to start collecting. And as you collect enough of them, you can sort of merge them together and upgrade them into the mega loot boxes.
Mega.
All right, we're getting our second semifinal plugged in here. TitanArmy versus TST Crips. Again, the Titan that you must play. Well, there isn't a Titan you must play in game 1. So it's always fun to see what the sort of lead-off batter is for each player. After you lose with a Titan, that Titan is done for this series. And after you've eliminated all of your opponent's Titans, you move on to grand finals, where we will again have a best of 5. You must eliminate all 3 of your opponent's Titans to win.
Again, winner here will move on to grand finals for one more best of 5 game to see who is crowned champ of this first step towards our championship in March. Again, we are here with our affiliate tournament, our Road to the Championship Edition 1. Winner of grand finals will take away the biggest chunk of that $1,000 prize pool for today. And get that spot towards and earn points getting towards that championship in March. Again, lots of big things here at the beginning of the year, 2026. A lot of Titan action coming down for you all, the community. And of course, wouldn't be here without you. So make some noise in the chat. Keep making some noise. Who we got? Who we think's going to take this next semifinals?
Yeah, TST. Rico Boy says TST Crips.
Yeah.
Got some fans out here, and I think that makes all the difference. Make some noise, cheer on your people. Let them know that they have support from the back lines. Again, thanks for being in the chat, everybody. We are one semifinal away from grand final. So sit tight, grab some popcorn, call your friends, call your mom, call your mom's friends. Tell them Reign of Titans is live right now with the first tournament of 2026. And Ross and Nugget are on the mic, slinging the hot knowledge and sometimes misinformation.
Plenty of asterisks to go around for everybody.
At least for entertaining, right, folks? Who's playing? It's going to be Stoppin' Denim versus TST Crips in semifinals. Semifinals coming in hot. There we go. There we go. Everybody's picking sides. Who they got, who they got. You'll love to see it. And again, as we've been saying, if you haven't taken that screenshot yet, make sure you take a little screenshot. Post it in the Discord channel called Proofs and Submissions and get yourself some loot crates. Loot boxes in game. Man, I cannot wait for tournament platform. I cannot wait when the gap is bridged, right, between players only on the app and the tournament scene that's been flourishing for years now in the Discord. So eventually we'll just be able to announce on the app, hey, y'all, tournament going. Anybody can join in. Anybody who's downloaded the mobile app. And with the push notifications turned on, so make sure you turn on your push notifications on the mobile app. You'll get notified of things like that. And I think the last push notification I got from the game was a redeem code for in-app currency, scrolls, weapons, etc. So tons of juiciness out there. Again, if you stay plugged in with Reign of Titans, a couple super strategic ways to do that. And I cannot wait for that tournament platform just to sort of, like I said, bridge the gap between the app exclusive players and sort of the Discord strength in numbers from years past.
And the more engagement you all have, the more we play, the more you hop on and engage with Discord, the better.
Yeah. And frankly, I just want to meet all of you, When's the Titan meetups? I tried to post that in the Titan talk yesterday. I was like, so when Titan meetup? Anybody live in the Washington, D.C. area, USA? Why are we delaying? We must be having some issues getting people connected and or sharing their screens, because I think it is a high priority to have semis shared screen from both players. We shall see. I'm projecting here, but that's sort of what I'm seeing on my end, is that we are trying to get everybody here and everybody on equal footing in terms of sort of visibility. I'm sleepy. I apologize that you're sleepy.
Hi, Sleepy. Nice to meet you. I'm Nugget. That's Ross. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Nailed it. White House, yeah. If anybody wants to travel, to the United States capital of Washington, D.C., I would love to have a Titans meetup there. Just fans of the game. Maybe we could, I don't know, all go to a certain location together and have a viewing party of tournaments that are running, because tournament platform would be live and anybody can host tournaments, and it could be anything. Yeah. It could be wild. I mean, we could rent out a major hotel ballroom and just have our own in-person convention / tournament there. Like, come on.
And if 5 boxes of Reign of Titans merch happens to be shipped to that address,
that's right,
containing jerseys and plushies and then maybe some other things, that'd be awesome. Or any leftover gear.
It did seem products. Like those boxes were already in the US, so customs would not be an issue this time in getting our merch and or fun items
Any
to
leftover
the
Pepsi
scene.
products or energy drinks or
Oh
anything
man.
like that?
Oh, I would love that. Some of the branded guarana packaging. Oh man, I need
Uh-huh.
some of that.
Uh-huh. Any of the
Whew.
branded stuff would be
If anyone's
great.
listening that just has, a whole bunch of guarana bottles that have Reign of Titans on them, I would love some. I'll pay shipping. I did, it doesn't matter to
Yeah.
me. I'm sitting here
Yeah.
next to my fusion box from last year. So I was
If anybody was
had a
at
pleasure.
Guarana and, happened to fit one of the cardboard cutouts in their pocket and wants to ship that out too, that would be pretty great.
It'd be
That'd be
pretty
pretty
great.
great. Pretty great. I'll take it. I'll pay for shipping.
There we go. Someone just hit me up with this. No, I got a Discord notification. It was not someone being like, "Hey, I've got those bottles, Ross." Unlucky, unlucky. I might have had too much pep in the step.
One can only dream. A
I
boy has a
can
right
dream.
to dream.
That's right. Let your dreams be dreams. Yeah, it seems like we're getting close. Getting close. We're so close. I don't say that lightly, folks. We're actually getting close. Semifinal number 2 coming in hot. Again, this tournament, the first of 2026. There's a tournament every single weekend through March, and I can't imagine that that's where it stops. But that's the schedule we have so far, folks. I can't imagine the teams like, let's do tournaments every single week, and then in March they're like, I don't know, man.
Mm,
If anything, tournament platform comes out and people like myself would be hosting sort of. My dream is to host some miniature tournaments. Just sort of off the cuff, 16-man brackets or something like that
oh yeah.
during the week, and definitely at different times. I know that this time is prohibitive for certain populations.
Yes.
So if we could put one, I don't know, 12 hours later than normal tournament time. What do you guys think, chat? Is anybody in the chat right now that is available 12 hours after normal tournament time? 12 hours after normal tournament time. Who would be there? Sound off in the chat. Because
One
that
of
is sort
the
of prime streaming time for myself anyway.
one of the trade-offs, one of the things of having such a large international player base is we do occupy various time zones.
Yeah. And by various, we mean every time. All right, folks, we're locked in. We're ready. The players are ready. We're doing that thing.
Matched up, here we go. Second semifinals of this affiliate tournament road to the championship. Here we go. We've got TST Crips, Poison Titan versus Red Pepper. Poison Titan, we are got a sentence. That is going to happen in a second. Poison Ditto. That's what the brain was
Poison
supposed to be
Ditto.
going. Oh my
Poison Ditto.
gosh. Another sip of coffee and our words should be better. Here we go. Off to the races. Outright, we've got very interesting. We've got offhand weapons. We've got Merlin on Red Pepper. We've got the Javelin over on TST Crips. Very interesting here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's they're similar, but they're different.
Yes.
And it's makes sense because like it seems some of them seem a touch of a clash. However, in match number 1, you have no idea what Titan your opponent's bringing. So even though your weapons may not end up being ideal for the matchup you have to sort of hedge your bets to what you thought you were going to see in match number 1. Is it Hive versus Merlin, or is Merlin just the safety blanket? It could be a very similar ditto. Oh my, creepy crawlers, and the creepy crawlers in return. Return the bugs to sender. I mean, so far we see a lot of end of turn damage from both Titans. So again, is the Merlin just a secondary win condition, or are they in fact potentially a sort of slower build than the Javelin over on the TST Crips side? We'll find out super soon, I imagine. Only in turn 2 here, disrupt the first scroll for Red Pepper, and then revitalize. Did TST Crips play any scrolls? They in fact did not, taking
Not,
lethargy
and
damage
yep.
already. Seeing that scroll gap, they are, quote, behind by 3 scrolls if we're talking about sort of a race to the finish, or a not race to the finish, a race to finish the match
Yes.
by having more scrolls. Decisions. It's funny. I feel like turn 1, both players just kind of did what they wanted to do, and now they're playing very reactionary to sort of the state of the game and what they saw.
Run for
Red
cover is
Pepper
the
playing
opener.
more. TST Crips does end up playing a scroll this turn. It's just to heal them
Okay.
up.
Drink acid. Both players nice and healthy here. A little bit of end of turn damage on both ends, but now TST Crips also in the realm of mana overflow here, unless they start opening things up. Red Pepper though with just a little bit of agility advantage here for those scroll resolutions. So we'll see. A little bit of stage setting here. TST Crips finally opens up here. Throw poison. Poisonous
Oh my.
spit is the
So much
stack and
poison.
poisons. All right. Now, yeah,
Oh,
now they're
and
just
then the
running.
hive to pop it off.
Swarm attack right
Oh my.
away.
They gave him the okey doke. TST Crips played 2
Wow.
turns and only played 1 scroll. And then the following turn, they're like, oh, they think I'm
Boom,
going
boom,
slow.
boom, boom.
Just going to stack the poison on poison on poison and then let it loose all at once with that hive keyword. Well played there. Red Pepper unfortunately fell right into the trap, thinking that they
Hmm.
also needed to pump the brakes to sort of keep pace with TST Crips, and then they hit the go button. Drink
Some
acid going to keep them healthy, though.
mind games there. Throw spear is going to keep Red Pepper around half health. Titan Bliss is going to help with that. Acid Rain here.
Oh my, the fish. What's the follow up? No stall as well.
Oh,
This is going to hurt. TST Crips, hang on, buddy. Spear thrust spins
ooh.
a lot, but is it enough? No, they get hit for
Oh,
240. Mana overflow.
240. Okay, now they're in the red. All right, so Red Pepper had a game plan of their own. TST Crips now in the red on the other side of that big, heavy hit.
Yep,
Agility
having to.
advantage still here with Red Pepper as well.
Yeah, 119 in this exact matchup. 119 feels okay. Oh, but after a sonic boom, it's all bets are
Oh,
off. Cutting the health total in more than half. Alchemy going to keep Red Pepper alive much longer than the 53 of Crips is. Oh my. How
chronic
much?
disease hits for 210. Now we're both in the red.
Oh my. The detoxify comes in, but it's too late. It's too late. The hive has already been popped. They thought they had the guess proper.
Resolve, going to keep
Oh,
that healthy and keep those stat lines clean. I also really like the chronic disease animation plays for so long. That
yes.
sludge is still pouring on your Titan while your next few scrolls are going.
Oh,
It
they do
feels
have the
this.
damage.
It's
Red
gonna
Pepper
bite.
has the damage outright with Fancy a
Yes, it
Bite.
is. That Merlin. It was Merlin versus Hive.
It was Merlin versus Hive, and it was not a secondary win condition, folks. It was, in
No.
fact, the heaviest 2 blows of the entire match come from the fish slap. So well done from Red Pepper, and Stop and Enum takes the lead 1-0. They will continue to play poison. TST Crips will have to choose a different Titan of their 2 remaining elements to move on.
Don't be confused, folks. All 3 of these Titans are named TSD Crypts, but we will have to see a Dusk or a Forest Titan come out here next for this matchup. See who can conquer this Red Pepper. So the TSD Crypts, very interesting opening play. A little bit of mind games to start there. Some psychological warfare, as it were. Holding off, holding back real strong on those first few turns, and then trying to hit heavy with the Hive play, but don't sleep on that mana overflow. If you've been sleeping on mana overflow, then you must have gone into hibernation since like September of 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep all the options in the back of your mind, especially in that poison ditto. Anything can happen. The builds are fairly dynamic. So we are going to see Red Pepper returning.
Mm-hmm.
Will we see Dusk or will we see Forest? I don't know. That's tough. I mean, nobody's safe from mana overflow. Like it
No
almost.
one is safe.
However, I think that Forest does a better job of spending their mana as opposed to Dusk, which maybe is more, less spendy, we'll say. But I feel like maybe the Forest builds recently are less sort of beat down defense and more of like rooted resilience shenanigans. We are going to see, and here I am going to have to instantly eat my words, at least based on the weapon outfit. We've got Merlin main hand, Spike Shield offhand on the Forest Titan. Are we going to see a throwback to the giant defense Hammer of Doom play style from yesteryear? Or is, again, this just they were hoping for the double down? Red Pepper had the option to change weapons and deck in between matches, but
Fruit
we
Wall and
won't.
Merlin must be. I mean, results speak. So
True. If it ain't broke. And again, nobody is safe from mana overflow. We'll see what we get here. TST Crips needs to get back in this thing. Oh my. Plus 30 defense. Is it game time? The Disrupt. Okay, I thought they were going to go straight into, Nature's Boon, Giganto, Slamorama. But in fact, they were just using that defense to endure whatever came later that turn. Sort of a overhyped all for naught turn now that we've got through it. Trample. Damage.
ground pound.
Again, fairly vanilla so far.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the whole turn.
All right.
That was the
Okay.
whole turn. Hope you
Nice and
guys like
chill.
vanilla because we might be seeing more of that, frankly. But both players recognizing the matchup, understanding. Oh my, joke's on you though is going to put a little pedal to the
Oh.
metal. Followed by Mirage. Revitalize not going to get snuffed out because it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't deal the damage. An interesting little doggy dance here.
This Forest Titan hasn't exactly revealed kind of what
Right.
lane it's kind of going through yet.
Spinning Shield going to take a whack there at Red Pepper just before the Disrupt comes in. Pretty good game plan to play your biggest damage scroll when you have the.
Oh, interesting. Alchemist pops here, already at full health. Hold the line. Gonna
And drink
bring.
acid.
Oh,
Red Pepper thought they were going to be taking some licks this turn. And in fact,
interesting.
they just spent mana
Three, yeah,
and healed for 200.
three huge healing scrolls kind of gone there.
Now, was that a blunder, or do they understand that this is not going to come down to health at all, and so they just played those scrolls for hand space and such? Jungle Block is out. Going to get some defense back, but still in the red. Interesting. We see some mana echo. Not a lot of mana echo these days in the meta, but with the ever changing times, maybe it's coming back. Mana echo is a value generator mechanic, but it does cut your damage in half, at least once that keyword is activated. But you pay half for your scrolls. Healing Nature. Again, a bit of a quandary here. Both players, like Nugget said, just undedicated to a game plan thus far. Really holding the cards close to their chest, not willing to reveal their final forms, if you know what I mean. Fancy a bite. Oh, jeepers. Is this the turn? Did Red Pepper spend some mana? Oh, no. This could be tragic.
Okay.
It's happening. No stall as well. This could be a one-shot KO. The water's boiling. How much? Tell them what they've won. Oh, 470.
470.
The Smackies.
470. That is an entire health bar. That might be the biggest
the biggest streamed damage ever.
That is
Red Pepper played no scrolls, and all we could do was watch.
The Smacky. That is the capital THE Smacky.
Can we get a Discord role made up right now for Ultimate Smacky? Ultimate Stream Smacky at 470. I know that somebody over there has cooked, a larger single damage, but I've never seen one, and we have definitely not seen one on stream.
Definitely not.
470 is more than starting health of any Titan I can think of.
Unless we're like throwing back to level 9, folk.
Level 9. Remember. Oh man.
470. And you can't do anything. You just have to watch. You just have to watch your health bar go goodbye.
Yep. As soon as you've clicked that lock it in, I've chosen not to play any scrolls this turn. You are in for the wildest ride of your life.
Goodness.
The mana overflow comes in. And just
it's gone.
Anyway, we're tied up 1-1. TST Crypts ties it up with their Poison Titan, and perhaps most importantly, the Poison Titan of Stop and Enum is gone.
Yes, Red Pepper has been eliminated.
Yeah, it's an interesting time when you don't have a poison of your own to stop the freight train of your opponent's poison. Having that safety blanket of like, oh, well, I'll just play poison next. But nope. Nope. If he knows he's facing stall, why did he hold Mana Well and Meditate? Yeah. I mean, I understand that his hands were tied in terms of that final turn, but in sort of crafting your hand by playing or not playing scrolls, they are not two that I would keep in there. We were able to see the rest of his hand, which sort of takes some of the mystery out of this decision.
It's still though, like still not even maybe a turn before, not fully clear whether that was fully a stall forest. Like, adjusting game plans is hard. This is that. So yeah, like Ross said, we have a little bit more privy knowledge to what's still in hand, but yeah, still real tough out here.
It is a tough field. And again, some of those poison combos that require you to hold a certain number of scrolls until you get more of them really put a pinch on your turn-to-turn game plan. Because, again, if you're holding 2 scrolls, for example, you're only cycling maximum, 2 to play and 2 to burn. But I don't think anyone's really playing that way, right? You're holding 2 scrolls, you're playing 2 and burning 2 each turn. I don't know. Here we go, people.
Wonky.
TST Crypts is going to have to play poison until it is defeated, which maybe was their game plan all along.
Forest.
Stop and Enum. Oh, sorry, Forest.
Yes.
Stop and Enum is going to have to choose one of their other 2 elements, Sea or Dusk, I think.
And looks like it is the Sea Titan going up against the
Ooh,
Forest Titan. Very interesting. Feels like we have not seen this matchup on stream in 10 years.
yeah. Since the Mega Heal C builds.
Yes, yes. What a throwback.
The Mega Heal C builds of yesteryear. Um, not super fun to watch, but we have since made some balance adjustments, and C is way more fun to play and watch, in my opinion.
Yes, indeed.
They actually have fairly large damage output. As you can see,
Yes.
we've got 20 Magicka on this Sea Titan, already up to 40 thanks to that steel jungle block, going to sort of prevent lots of damage. But oh man,
Okay.
the mana stealing early in the match here is kind of
Mm-hmm.
crazy. TST Crip's super lucky to find that mana well on turn one, because that could have been a slippery slope of just being sort of in double digit mana for the rest of the match. Yeah, Tushar, that's also super interesting. We saw all
Right.
those healing scrolls get played, so he really wasn't. I don't
No
know.
pivot. Yeah, no pivot after like having seen like kind of wasting all three of those big heals. But we'll see. It's a whole new match, whole new matchup. Clear eye pops off for Mario.
Meditate, keeping that
Hmm.
mana healthy. Again,
No
we're into the second
tears.
turn of that steel scroll. Oh, sorry, we still have one more turn of steel scroll for Mario or Mario. TSG Crips with 30 defense, which is, I think, you know, they're satisfied with that. Not really trying
Yes.
to do too much more than stay alive, it would seem. TSC Crips with a maxed out mana bars is crazy.
Well,
Arcane Charge.
even more Magicka for Mario.
Oh man, the
Ooh,
disrupt.
disrupt. Ooh, that's
Oh,
gonna.
but Titan Meditation gonna get the disrupt. Oh, but
Oh.
the double back,
Oh.
the double dodge.
Hydro Punch gets stuffed out from Run for Cover, but Tsunami still in scroll slot 4
Oh
should
my.
hit for
I mean,
105.
that's tasty
Alchemist.
damage, but that turn could have been absolutely
Yeah,
nutty for our Sea Titan here.
yes. Pretty much entirely damage negated as well with the Alchemist there. So TST Crips, very apt play there with the double stoppage and then some healing end of turn. Kind of really somehow knowing that they needed to stop some big damage coming up here.
Oh, speaking of, Temporal Shift is activated
Cheat.
just before
Yep.
the monsoon.
Mm,
I mean, you start to feel bad. You're like, what else have you played this turn? What's going to go through for nothing? Hydro Slap
Hydra
for
Slap
0.
also for 0.
Oh, and
Oh,
Joke's
and
on
nobody's
You.
fault. Oh my gosh. Bubble Barrage also getting pushed off. Jeez.
Well, so
So damage
TST.
damage stalled off. Surge
Yes.
meter online for Moreo as well.
I mean,
TST
in
Crips hasn't
theory,
played
that
anything
damage
yet.
still comes through.
Right.
However, most people not playing Temporal Shift without some way of totally mitigating that turn's worth of damage. There's the Root of Resilience,
Root of
going to take no
Resilience.
damage this turn as well. See, again,
There's that
this is what
negation.
we
Yep.
didn't see this out of TST Crips last match.
Mm-hmm.
So did they change decks? Maybe. Were these cards just scrolls were just hiding in the deck, previously? Oh man, Root of Resilience, Temporal Shift, and Jokes on You combo.
Mm-hmm.
The last 3 turns for TST Crips.
Incredibly healthy here. Healing Nature coming up as well. Moreo not electing to play Scrolls, taking the Lethargy, which is fine.
Yeah, gonna have to
Interesting
catch
here.
up in scroll count at somehow, and they have the health
Right.
to do it now. So, not feeling super scared about damage, at least at this exact moment.
Lethargy again. Yeah, still trying to even out those scroll counts a little bit, but now health total starting to swing in TST Crypt's favor again heavily. TST Crypts with a strong agility advantage, and now that defense is going to pop off to 50.
Yeah,
That's
just
a
for this turn
healthy,
of
yeah.
nothing. So
That's a healthy Forest Titan though. This hill is looking steeper and steeper for Mario to climb, especially with all of those big damage scrolls kind of hitting air thanks to all of
yeah,
those shenanigans from TST Crips already.
lots and lots of mitigated damage from TST Crips. It's essentially like getting those scrolls burned.
Mm-hmm.
Titan Bliss, another heal
Sure.
into man. Oh my!
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's a miniature opening there for Moreo now.
Okay,
TSC
healing
Crips
nature.
playing two heals with no effect.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say generally, if I had to overgeneralize, C out of 9 scrolls has enough damage.
Compared to
Like I
these, yes.
compared to
Yes.
Forest with
Mm-hmm.
12. I think even with 12 scrolls, Forest probably doesn't have the damage to end this game. I think they're going to be
Yeah.
relying on scroll count.
This is not like a big shield bash defense forest anymore. That's
Oh,
not
let
the
the games
build.
begin.
No
Let the
stall
games
pops.
begin. Siren Song is going to hurt even
Okay.
more because they're going to steal some mana away. No mana overflow.
No mana
Oh my.
overflow.
Just had just
Just
enough to
enough.
not
Just
max out
shy.
that bar. Yeah.
Just shy.
And now scroll counts are only separated by 1. We saw TSC Crips burn tons of healing.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to
To
wonder what's left. I mean, we do know from historic past that as soon as you have your final 5 scrolls in your hand, that's when you're in the danger zone. That's
fruit
when you know
vision.
exactly what you have. That's when your
Right.
opponent generally knows exactly what you have.
Oh my gosh. The 1 year storm gets canceled out by the fruit vision. Mana
Oh,
overflow,
Mirage
close.
gonna whiff,
Mm,
which is a win for Mario. TST Crips still in control here in terms of their game plan, right? I think it's much more of their game plan than C's game plan to be here with 7 scrolls left. I think the general game plan of this C was to use their offhand weapon and steal stats away.
mm. Wicked Eye gets canceled.
Oh, they might have forgot about
And
the lingering
Lethargy. Yep.
the lingering stop there.
Okay, now TSD Crypt still leading scroll count by 1. Still very healthy.
Yeah, mana bar real tall as well. I'm not sure if
Hmm.
no stall and honeypot, or sorry, no, you guys know what I mean. Any of those mana scrolls are still
Hmm.
lingering somewhere.
Some outright
Trident Thrust,
damage.
some of the only very direct damage in TST
Hmm.
Crypts' deck. Welp, here we are, folks. All the scrolls are on the table. 4 in one hand, 5 in the other. But again, I think this is way more aligned to the Forest game plan than the C game plan.
Yes.
And it might come down to a predictive guess. Joke's on
Living
you
fruit with
is
the jokes on you.
hiya.
Yes, that's
Well,
that's that's a spicy meatball.
and yep, the trap was laid. Joke's on you gets
Yes.
played. Murrayo knows full well that at the end
Yep.
of the next turn they would just lose. There's no way they had 400 damage in their deck. And GG's. Stopping Anim has to play their final Titan against the Forest of TST Crips,
GG's.
who has now won 2. GG's indeed. What a matchup. And it came down. I mean, the snowball began when there was the run for cover into Mirage back to back. We all thought Monsoon and what was it, like Bubble Barrage or something, right? We're both going to go
Hmm.
through upwards of 200 damage. Uh, TST Crips would have had to play a little more quickly to find those healing scrolls. But because of the prediction there, ended up just the way they planned it. TST Crips up 2-1 right now and could move to grand finals with a victory in this next match.
Yeah, RC, you know, that's it. The game plan just it seemed to work without the restore stuff. And I mean, Merlin, we've seen it work out really well.
Yeah, it again, you have to plan for so much, especially in this
Hmm.
format where you can change
Yes.
scrolls, you can change weapons every single game. We might pull up and see a totally different TST Crips here.
Hmm.
There's no way to know. If he
The
puts Restore and then he
Forest,
wins that one, it is Restore would have been a fairly safe ad, I think.
probably
It
yes.
covers a lot of bases, but again, I think the game plan from the C there was not to play into Forest's game plan at all. It was
Right.
strip their stats away with the offhand, bad eye, and then just smack them as hard as possible. Now, in this meta, is that a likely outcome? That's up to other people. Oh my, oh my. We've
Okay.
seen two fish scrolls already. There's the no soul to top it off. What is this going to hit for?
Wow.
TST Crips, you're in trouble, friend. Kablam!
Oh my gosh. No, no, no. Well then. Forest Ditto began and a
sometimes,
Forest Ditto ended. Uh,
sometimes you just get them all, you know. And
where
I mean,
where are my
your
barbers in the chat? Where are the barbers? Clip that. Clip that entire game, please.
oh,
It
the
was one
scrolls
hand, one player. That was
didn't even use the mulligan, just straight up drew those.
just drew those,
And
played
mix
them.
that with TST Crips playing, super conservatively, like into the matchup, into oh my, that was well, folks. Here we're going to game five.
We're-
We're going to game five, folks. Whether you like it or not, that one's over. And um we're gonna have Forest versus whatever TST Crips' last element is.
I believe. Oh my goodness. All right, I
Worst
gotta.
case scenario. That was crazy.
That we have a Dusk Titan left. Merlin Powers, indeed. That yeah.
Yeah.
So I expect to see that on the community content
Yep.
page, please. Thank you.
Somebody clip it. Alt X. If you're on Twitch, Alt X will get you the clip page,
Dayum indeed,
which
Sharma.
is funny because all Nugget and I mean, we kept with the commentary, but really all we could do was giggle like schoolgirls when that was going on. It was like this is best case
Literally.
scenario for one player and worst case scenario for the other player, and
All
that
three, and like TST, we've seen, especially he's a very, very patient, and this payoff has been working for them of like really conservative first turn or two,
right.
but
Instead, getting smacked directly in the
just
mouth for it.
directly in the face. Uh,
Oh me, oh
yeah,
my!
MG Brazil, uh,
What a
great
time!
work.
What a time! That awkward moment when you pull up the starting hand and you've got double fish slap and no stall. Wild. I don't know what the odds are. Some mathematician out there right now can crank the numbers, but pulling the exact three you need out of a 30 card, 30 scroll stack.
Well, and with TST, just kind of like
Right.
I'm gonna be patient, and
And playing
I'm
into the
gonna
exact
like
matchup. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the lethargy. What's the worst that could happen on
What's the
turn
worst that could
one?
happen? Well, let me tell you, it's about 450 damage total. That's what you could take. Because the other crazy part is
You
that the
take
two fish scrolls
yeah.
and the no stall dealt damage. So like
Yes.
it was base damage plus base damage plus base damage minus or well adding the 370 on top of that or whatever it was.
370 and then 10 for the lethargy.
Yeah, insult to injury. Oh my. And again, this is why all we can do is laugh when things like this happen.
I mean, God, like what a weird stream so far. We get the 470. We get max top number top number for damage for a smacky, and then a one hand, no opponent hand.
First hand one shot kill. Hi, yi. And we've seen, I mean, I think it's also fairly iconic when you get your opponent to toss away their last five scrolls of the deck. So
Right, yes. I
TST
mean,
dishing out and having to take their medicine.
that's a thing called karma, I guess.
It's yeah.
Gaming karma, Titan karma.
Speaking of getting what you deserve, people, if you have not taken a screenshot yet of you being
Ayo.
here in the chat, please take a screenshot of your YouTube or Twitch page and post that on the Proofs and Submissions channel in the Discord. Get yourself some in-game swag. Man, what a morning. Folks, we're one game away. The winner of this match will be moving to grand finals to face off against Killer Besto in another best of five King of the Hill format, which means you must eliminate all three of your opponent's Titans they brought to the table. This is game 5, meaning the final Titans of both players in this semifinal between TST Crips and TitanArmy. What a morning. Feel free to say what's up in the chat. I love seeing you guys out there. Love chatting it up in the Discord or otherwise. Hazy trying to push the gas pedal here, saying, and we kind of knew this was going to be symptomatic of this format, right? When you're able to change literally everything about your Titan, well, in various parts of the day, right? There's maybe a little bit of downtime in between. It was a fun experiment. I don't know that it's my favorite format in this exact arena and criteria, but it is fun to see players taking the opportunity to change weapons and change scrolls. It does feel a little less rock paper scissorsy in terms of some of those very niche scrolls like restore and dispel and detoxify and things like that. You don't need to have them in from the beginning of the day. You can add them in certain matchups. So I get that it gives player freedoms. It would be really cool. I mean, there's other card games where you can have sort of a sideboard of a certain number of scrolls that you can insert in, and then that be a fairly automated process instead of having to go into my inventory, go into the deck builder, switch this Titans, resave the deck. But again, progress. 2026 is rolling along, and here we are in game 5 of the semis. It's MG Brazil, the Forest Titan from TitanArmy versus TST Crips, the Dusk Titan played by TST Crips. The winner of this match will move on to grand finals and play against Killer Besto. Shout out to another epic weapon sighting over here. We've got the epic power staff. Or is this lava staff? Now, folks, my confidence is low. I think it's power staff.
I think it's power staff. It looks sick either way.
It does look so sick. Also, I like to call this this item the electric guitar because it looks like he's wearing an electric guitar on his back. That's not what it is. It's something much more serious and much more lore ridden than that, but I don't remember the actual name. Chat pros will help me. Chat, what's this item called? What is this back bling called here for TST Crips? I think in terms of rarity, it's actually quite rare.
I think so. Same weapon loadout for MG Brazil though here with Merlin in the fruit wall. I mean, why would you change it if it worked out so well last time? Fruit vision here gonna help stall out some damage for this next turn. Ooh, yeah, that's a big catch.
Paid 50 for that and took nothing in return. There's the restore and dispel. So getting things back to sort of neutral-ish. Getting to keep their Magicka number pretty high. TST Crips below 100 health. below half health
Yeah.
at 229.
Sonic Boom going to help even that out a little bit here. Both players in the orange, but MG Brazil seems to be in a better place health wise, a little less mana to work with, but that doesn't seem to be an issue.
Yeah, it's interesting the non-change of weaponry from MG, or I mean not non-change, but bringing this weaponry to the Dusk Ditto, or sorry, to the Dusk matchup is a bold move. I feel like Dusk not necessarily known for keeping mana a lot. I mean, I get that they can pay for scrolls with health, meaning maybe they generally have more mana than others, but here I am, foot in mouth, mana bar up to 290 for TST Crips.
Wise Blessing gonna bump the Magicka as well, but that health bar is looking a little sad here for TST
For
Crips.
3 turns, Wise Blessing, I think, maybe 2 turns, but being able to leverage that Magicka number into these lifesteal scrolls is going to be, I think, the game plan here for TST Crips. But it needs to happen. Oh no, Forest Revenge. Rooted Resilience is in play, which means none of these lifesteal scrolls will be hitting if they were to be played. I actually don't know. That's my projection. And here I am, foot in mouth. TST Crips played
Major
nothing.
Recovery.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Loveless Lunge also not going to do much. Titan Bliss also. MG Brazil is healthy.
Oh, jeepers.
So Drain Life also not going to do anything good.
Down the drain for TST Crips. And the best news was that wasn't the, I don't know, I won't call them the heaviest hitters of lifesteal, but because they played the Shadow Veil on Scroll Slot 1 there, they really were trying to get those through on a discount. And now playing lifesteal later down the road will cost more health than it did that turn. Hold the line. Gonna be Rooted Resilience again. The Blood Magic, though. Big brain. Big brain.
Big play.
Guessed it. TST Crips said, I bet you're going to play back-to-back Rooted Resilience turns, and you're hoping that I play scrolls into it and cry like a small child. Instead, TST Crips with the biggest brass attitude, paying 50 health. They only had 100. Paying 50 health there in Scroll Slot 4, and then gaining that 200 feels good, man. This is essentially sudden death. Whatever player wins this matchup will move to Grands. So the pressures could not be any higher. TST Crips with more scrolls, but we do sort of imagine that MG Brazil has sort of that hand limit shenanigans up their sleeve. If they're anything like the previous Forest we saw. $10 total scrolls to 13 total scrolls.
Barely an agility advantage for MG Brazil here, so the scroll slot's going to get resolved first. Chi Strike.
Just enough to make you nervous. Oh, just enough to make you nervous.
Fancy bite.
I'm officially nervous. I'm officially nervous. Did they see it coming? No, it got canceled. The purification's gone, and it's over.
There it is. Man, the back-to-back mana overflow losses. That's a tough one to bite. And we get a victory screen for MG Brazil. GG's.
GG's indeed. TST Crips falling in semis. And our grand finals are set. It's Killer Besto versus TitanArmy. Give it up, folks. They've been hustling today. Absolutely crushing.
Indeed.
And the winner, again, grand champion today, wins an automatic ticket to the championship, series championship at the end of March. Now, second place is still going to win a wild number of tournament points onto that qualification leaderboard, but everybody wants the sure thing, right? Everybody wants the sure thing, as well as, of course, the biggest slice of that $1,000 prize pool for today. I think it's $400 goes to the winner. $400.
400.
That is a lot of cash for playing Reign of Titans. But again, these These players have been playing all morning in super tight matchups. I mean, that last semifinal was a real roller coaster for sure. But here we are, grand finals. It's time. Folks, can we get the chat lit up? Can you guys get some other people in here? Go post on your socials. We are about to hit grand finals. We're about to crown a champion, the first tournament champion of Reign of Titans in 2026.
Make some noise. There's still time as well to grab that screenshot and submit it over on the Proofs and Submissions channel here before we get going into our grand finals here. Affiliate Tournament 1, the road to the championship begins here. We'll see who's going to take home the biggest chunk of this $1,000 prize pool on this Saturday in January.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. Grand finals is going to be none less, I'm sure. Let's get it spun up in here. I'm getting hungry. I don't know about you guys. I know it's just a totally personal problem, but you know, I don't know. We're all friends around here.
Reading all of the guarana weapons like Fruit Wall and stuff, I'm always like,
I could do a fruit wall right now.
That sounds really good.
I could do a fish slap right now. Oh, I had a great grilled salmon last night. A little miso sauce over a bed of rice and some broccoli. Holy cannoli. All right, here we go. Titan 1 is locked in for both players, and believe it or not, we've got Poison v. Poison. Bam Bam versus Red Pepper. And to thicken the plot even more, the agility numbers are equal here.
Oh my goodness.
Which means no one, I mean, you know, at base stats, no one will be sure that they are resolving their scrolls first, which means just even more uncertainty. And any uncertainty in a matchup like this results in chaos. The less you can know about your opponent and how things are going to happen during the turn, just the better off for the chaos monster. Let's get this party started. Riposte is the game breaker.
Opener.
Attacking with their defensive stat, which both of these Titans, very high defense. Anytime you have a base stat over 30, it means you've essentially sold out all of the rest of your stats.
Yep. Everything else is dumped into that.
Now, both Titans did claim that tier 1 bonus of having double-digit Magicka numbers, which, again, is not for using Magicka as a Jeepers. It's not for using Magicka as a damage dealer, but it is your Magicka number does affect your mana values.
Yes.
So getting to that tier 1 is important for having enough mana to do the things you want to do. Poison drink. I mean, there is there it is. Chronic disease. I was about to say there's a hefty number. Oh man, revitalize. Hefty number of poison toxins here on Red Pepper. We have to believe that's all part of the game plan here for both of these players. So more hives to come. But again, the chronic disease pouring its slime all over Red Pepper and taking its time while doing so. So Red Pepper under half health, base stats, plays the Fruit Vision. Going to be safe, at least safer here from one attack. Drink acid to gain 100 health. Poison's Pride and Joy. I still mark my words. That is when Poison became very, very relevant in the meta, was when you get a element specific plus 100 heal. A plus 100 insta heal too. I know there's other heals, but Joke's on You is now active. Alert, alert, alert. Danger, danger. Bam Bam going to have to toss scrolls that aren't played from their hand this turn. Now, sometimes that's a trap to get you to overspend mana, but other times it is just an inconvenient combo breaker. There's the restore. Just takes it away. Hey, yo. Defender's Oath right on time for Bam Bam. Again, all these niche cards, especially with the mana starting mana change and with the sort of the state of the meta and some of these I'd say control effects like Rooted Resilience, Temporal Shift, Joke's on You, definitely bringing some life to these sort of status removal cards like Defender's Oath.
Mm.
Bam Bam at full health. Scroll counts very similar. Also, is the lighting weird in this stage? Like, I feel like the hair on Bam Bam is not usually lime green. I think the light box.
Those
I think the
spikes are
light.
so bright.
I
just noticing that
it
too.
must be something about the light box in this arena, but the lime green spikes are way cooler than the jet black spikes, in my
They're
opinion.
they're just popping off, reflecting from the ice or something.
I mean, they add to the poisonous nature of Bam Bam
Yes.
for sure. Also, the earrings. I don't have a Titan that has these earrings, and I am generally jealous now.
They're pretty gnarly.
However, going no shoes in the snow, tall order. It's a tall order. Healing Nature going to try to keep Red Pepper safe from some damage, getting some back at the end of each turn for 3 turns. Quick stab. Applying that toxin. Oh, Deadly Gas. It's a big one.
Oh, boy.
Oh, baby, a triple. Swarm attack. 225.
225 is it.
Bam, bam.
Crazy.
Taking down game 1.
With full health, too.
Full health.
Full health victory.
That was just well played all around. I mean, I think Red Pepper, as sad or as happy as this sounds, I think Red Pepper could have easily done the exact same in the opposite direction because the builds were very similar. Just didn't get the combos.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't quite get the combos. You guys can see on your screen. I actually wasn't watching Red Pepper, but we can see in Red Pepper's hand, they were actually waiting. They were accumulating sort of the fish slap combo instead. So it kind of makes sense that they. It was a combo matchup, right? It was Fish Slap versus Hive, but Hive just came together quickly. And that's one and done. Poison is retired for that player. And now that was Stop and Venom. So now they're going to have to choose something else. Killer Besto will continue playing Poison until it loses, potentially taking them to the crown if they can win 2 more in a row.
So do we go with the MG Brazil Forest Titan or bring out the Sea Titan here? Definitely different play styles from the Poison that was just facing off against with TST Crypts. So what's the adaptation here?
Yeah, I mean, we saw that Forest with the double Rooted Resilience, but Rooted Resilience is not going to save you from Hive damage. It would save you from the direct damage of, Swarm Attack or something like that, but you're still going to take the effect damage from Hive. So I'm not sure that it would be as protective as they want or as it was in other matchups. And indeed, we are going to see the aggressive, or at least aggressive in semifinals, the hyper aggressive C. Ooh, we see a little weapon swapperoo from Bam Bam as well, going to Second Wind and Poison Dagger. So maybe a slightly different outfit for the Poison Ditto versus a different matchup. This is going to be a fast and furious one here.
I have the same feeling in my bones.
Second Wind generally is there for mana gain and for raising your agility to attack first. So I think Bam Bam is going to be trying to do this thing fairly quickly. And we saw that this Sea Titan could be fairly cheeky with their mana steals. So potentially a clash here of overspending. Oh my, Poison Gas.
Deadly Gas gets eaten by the run for cover. That's rough. That's rough.
Deadly Gas the single most damaging end of turn scroll. 30 damage over 3 turns. And generally one that that poisons lean on as a combo starter with Hive. So really nice one to catch with that run for cover. I think that Bam Bam maybe thought the same as us, that Sea Titan here was going to come out a little quicker, a little more guns blazing. See, again, I look at the hair on a Sea Titan here, not always white. I think it's generally a dark color, maybe even black like the other hair. But now it has me wondering, why has one black hair turned lime green and why has the other black hair turned white?
Textures are strange.
That's right. That's right. Light sources be light sourcing right now. And again, maybe it's the snow blindness off of the ice and snow. Ground pound, again, fairly vanilla. Same with Hydro Punch on base stats. Seemingly just trying to get rid of those things and try to craft their hand into something more spicy. Or maybe just a sort of biding their time while they figure out what their opponent's trying to do.
Ooh, lots of end of turn damage here from Moreo. Down to half health now.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if that deadly gas was still taken away.
Oh my gosh.
They are at about half health, which again becomes a very dangerous place to be. We've seen I mean, I know we don't see any Merlins out right now, but we have seen many Titans die from half health today.
Yes.
There's the hydrate. Gonna get some health back and restore, I think. Interesting turn here. Seems like we're just loading the cannons. Bug Sting, even more end of turn damage. Luckily, the healing nature is down from Areo, and they are still in the positives in terms of the pluses and minuses of it all at the end of the turn. 16 total scrolls for Bam Bam, 19 for Mario. We see the Magicka stat up for Bam Bam, but I don't know that they're necessarily going to lean on that for damage. Clear Eye is the starter, which is going to be a debuff.
And Living Fruit with the follow-up.
Wowza. What did Bam Bam play? They played Leak, a cheeky Manananigan scroll. Lose 40 for 2 turns straight, which is pretty, I'd say it's a very nerfed scroll because the mana regen has been upped each turn. So it used to be that you just didn't regen mana for 2 turns in a row, which is wild.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
But now it's been cut in half. But Leak, still a great scroll. It's just not quite as crippling as it was pre-balance patch at the new year. I think that's when it went through. Balance patch at the new year. Maybe just the winter patch, whenever that was. Pardon me. It seems that my feed is frozen. I don't know if you guys still watching. Seeing a disconnect.
Seems to be a disconnect error or message. Seeing if we can get that, or seeing if that can resolve on the back end.
That's right. Cheering for those players, frantically closing and reopening their apps.
Do it now.
That's right. Fast swipe up, swipe down, swipe left, swipe right, and re-enter app. Watch the opening sequence. It's not looking like we're going to get a reconnect here. And the victory banner is going to be waved over Mario. Bam Bam gets retired, and we even the score at 1-1. Killer Besto, unfortunately, taking an L there.
Mm-hmm. So Moreo will stay out. Yes. Now we have an option. The options for Dittos today have been a little spooky. We have either the Dusk Titan going out, Kashi, or Vishwath, the Sea Titan as well. We never got to see Vishnath didn't get to light of day yet, so maybe this will be their time to shine. Hopefully, we get some connection issues resolved as well for this next matchup of Grand Finals.
Yeah. I'm going to take this opportunity to grab a little water. You guys could take this opportunity to take a little screenshot of your Twitch or
Absolutely.
YouTube page. Make sure you post that in the Proofs and Submissions Discord and get yourself a little loot box. Nugget, I'll be back in 30 seconds.
I'll be here. I hope. Again, thanks for sticking with us, folks, here on Twitch and over on YouTube. We never forget about you. We've got one follower left before our next tier goal on Twitch. If you haven't hit that little heart down there below the screen yet, just do it. It's free. Making sure you get those notifications of when we go live here on Twitch and on YouTube, which in the coming months is going to be frequent. Again, we are here with our affiliate tournament, our road to the championship. We have tournaments every Saturday through the end of March here. Lots of opportunities to get into that championship round at the end of this first season of 2026.
Yeah. We back. Maybe if that wasn't clear by the yeah, but we are back, folks. We are back. This is Grand Finals Game 3 coming up. So long as we can get both players reconnected. So hoping for that very soon.
We will see Moreo returning, that Sea Titan. And then if Killer Besto can make a reconnection, we're going to have to see what the decision is for either sending out the Dusk Titan or if we can get a Sea Titan Ditto here in this round of our Grand Finals.
Yeah. I don't know that we've seen confirmation that we have reconnection yet. Hoping that we can finish this out in true fashion here. But yeah, wild action so far.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout outs to production team out here.
Shout outs as always. We are only one small drop in the bucket that brings you this awesome Titans content, folks.
That's right.
We appreciate your patience and your engagement as always, but let's definitely give a shout out to the team.
To the team, to the affiliate hosts, to the players, of course, but they get a lot of credit. All right. We are back locked in.
Opening things up.
Sea versus Dusk.
Yep, Sea versus Dusk. Kashi is out. Shatter Shriek is the opening scroll for Kashi. Moreo with the clear eye. The Kamehameha scroll. Or maybe the Maseko Ha. It's yellow. Probably Maseko. We'll call it.
Okay. That's fair. But just generically, you know?
Yes. Giant energy beam that hits you in the face.
That's cast out of a gigantic eyeball. Sea versus Dusk. Interesting matchup. I think it's going to be pretty run and gun. I think that Mario kind of lucked out with that disconnect, frankly. And this matchup is much more, in my opinion, much more straightforward in terms of just keep banging on the door, you know, keep the damage rolling. You don't really have to watch out for a whole lot. You just try to deal more damage than the Dusk is able to heal or steal from you. But I think in terms of having to play around certain element play styles, this is a much more straightforward matchup for C. Um, just lay the hammer. And speaking of hammers, we got Mallet on the other
There it
side.
is.
Mallet and Second Wind to keep Kashi kind of rolling through their game plan as well. Their game plan is get Magicka number up and then do everything, meaning heal, heal and do damage, and so very Magicka number dependent. Dispel not going to do anything here. Didn't catch a single stat buff on Mario. Broken Shriek is great for damage, but it's not going to activate the Shadow Veil keyword thanks to their health. Oh, and here I am lying again.
Yep.
It didn't. I think they still had to pay 100 there, though.
Yes.
I don't think that Kashi paid 50 for the 200, which is the holy grail of blood magic is to play the Shadow Veil, only pay 50 health, and instead receive 200 in return. But nonetheless, they were sort of banking that Mario maybe was going to deal some more damage that turn, and they didn't. They sort of said, well, let's just see what you got first. Which also sort of makes sense in terms of, we were talking about mega heal C, right? Which isn't really in the meta anymore. But in terms of healing ability, C is still sort of has the tools. So pumping the brakes, taking damage, and just sort of sussing out what your opponent's doing, or sort of let them flop around and flail for a bit, makes sense as long as you can find those healing scrolls later to sort of rubber band back. So we see Kashi at 105 mana, which again, you recover more mana now than you used to. So C has more and more trouble sort of putting those mana lock handcuffs on their opponent, but it's still possible. It's not the essence of the build anymore. Vampiric Strike. There's one of those healing scrolls that could have been fairly important. Mana Drain would have been very polarizing at this point in the matchup. You can see Kashi down to 7 scrolls. Like, you got to wonder what you got here. I mean, it's getting slim for Mario, but they do get the plus 25 at the end of turn from Revitalize. They do get to activate first. So as unstally as this C is sort of built for, maybe they are playing with in-game in mind.
Difficult to say. Not a lot of resources left for both players, but I think we're gonna agility advantage here in Mario. Okay, holds on a little longer with that major recovery. Mutual Torment pops off here for 70. Now all of the healing comes through here. Just been keeping barely alive with around 70 heals at a time and then taking about 70 damage. Second Wind's going to bump that agility even more. Jokes on you with the living fruit from Mario here, though.
I mean, Kashi's down to, I mean, they will have their final 3 scrolls in hand. It's a
Yes.
do or die moment. Does Kashi have the damage? They do get to resolve first, and they have the mana to play any scroll in the game. It just comes down to what's in the hand. I feel
What's
like
in hand?
max damage. I was going to say shared misery is a big one, but also that main hand weapon from the Mallet. I'm not sure we've seen both of those yet. Here's a tiny bit of healing from Mario. Is it enough? Rejection.
Only hits for 37. Mario holds over 4. Oh, no.
It's over.
Oh,
they play their final scroll.
Down to the wire, and it's not enough.
Wow. Absolutely expertly played there by stopping at him in their C Titan. That was, I mean, like I said, the middle of the match there, they're just taking a slugging, but they know that if they can survive through that barrage, there's just not going to be a whole lot left in terms of longevity, especially if they can continue to find those healing cards.
The gauntlet of healing there at the end, just enough to keep 4 measly little health points in the hand. Really, really clutched it out there. And now we're here.
4 points of damage. 4 points of damage. Whew. All right, here we go. This is game 4.
And
game 4. Mario is on match point.
yes.
Wow.
Vishnoth has to come back for 2, taking this game and game 5 to crown it all. Otherwise, we are going to see a grand finals champ of Stomp On 'em. But
speaking of matchups we haven't seen in a while, when's the last
yeah.
C Ditto we saw?
C Ditto? Goodness gracious.
When's the last C Ditto?
With 20
Yikes.
Magicka apiece, a little bit of agility advantage in Vishnoth's favor. It's definitely been a minute since this matchup has been on stream, at least.
It does look. I mean, the weapon setup. I've also not seen a Power Glove in a hot second.
Power Glove. Also, yes.
Again, this is taking me back to the mega heal C when you used to just pump your Magicka up and play Healing Bed, right? So you'd have those Magicka cards, scrolls that would just keep you buffed, and you play Healing Bed and you get 3 turns of like plus 90 health. It's crazy. But it looks to be a matchup that both sort of either they're very uncomfortable with the matchup and they don't they're playing slow because they don't know, or they are slow playing here because they know full well what the other person is trying to do.
Oh, the Clear Eye gets eaten up by Run for Cover there, so Vishnoth gonna stave off some stuff here. Joke's on You is in play for Vishnoth as well. Just some recovery.
Play the Hydrate.
Yeah.
Interesting, but then have to take Mana Overflow to take damage. That's an unfortunate circumstance. But again, forced hand by Joke's on You.
Yeah.
It seems that both players are just holding their big, their who's going to crack first and just play the 4-scroll gambit of, boost Magicka to 90 and just slam. But there's so much uncertainty here. Oh, here we go.
Melt it all. Power Gloves coming through.
And the steal. Oh, this is chalking up to be a pretty big turn. Heavy blow. Oh, dear.
How much is going to hit for into the 5 defense? It's 91. Volker Strike also comes through. All right. What is this Sea Titan lava stuff going on here?
But again, Volkor Strike lasts 2 more turns of Magicka update. The Steel Scroll puts them at 1 more turn of plus 10, and they resolve first. So, we could see...
This could be big damage.
This could be
very,
big damage
very
here.
Big damage. This
Especially,
advantage state is going to keep pushing. Yep, Defy Logic hits 101.
Okay, Mario knows
an answer.
They have to play. They have to react at this point because you cannot just continue taking this. They know full well. Oh, there's the healing bed on the boosted Magicka numbers. But did they react fast enough?
Hydro Punch is the answer from Mario, but 25 defense is still going to hold song. Yep, Sinkhole's going to hit hard.
Pedal to the metal. Bubble Barrage. Not going to close it. What's in scroll slot 4, Vishnoth? Nothing.
Okay, all right.
Or maybe they resolved theirs first. So we did see their 4.
Yes.
But, pedal to the metal, they get to resolve first. There's nothing holding them back.
Plenty of mana in the pool for Vishnoth.
They could play a quick attack and we'd be done here. They could
or Tsunami.
Yeah. Or they could make the waves crash down.
Credit.
A++ performance there. And now we go to Grand Finals Game 5. People, this is what the tournament scene is about. Reign of Titans in 2026. Hey, Oz in the chat. What up, hey? I'm not sure when you sent that. I just checked back in on the chat, but I'm glad you're here. Congrats on a semis run. Bro, that matchup, which is funny because so it looks like chat was also watching Mario's perspective, and to me it came down to a mana drain close to the end of the game, but also it just who flinched first, and Vishnoth just went for it. They said, "I'm tired of sitting around. I have almost a maxed out mana bar, and I have 4 absolute banger scrolls. Hold my Volkor Strike, hold my Define Logic, hold my, and then take a Tsunami, just icing on the cake Tsunami." Previous C win. Nice. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Well, we're here.
Game 5.
Game 5 of Grand Finals for our very first tournament of 2026, the road to the championship, and it feels appropriate. Feels like it was destiny.
Oof, sorry about that, hey. Yeah, you had one disconnect that cost you an entire Titan, which is definitely crippling in this format. All right, here we go. Game 5, Sea versus Forest. I mean, we've seen that the Sea is very direct, and we know that Forest Titans are pretty good with negating very direct playstyles. So that's just the way that I'm leaning currently, but I'm all about some smackies. If we can just get that Volkor Strike popping and just, bring the smackies from the get-go. Players have an opportunity to mulligan their first hand. It does look like Vishnoth chooses to do that. They're down to 110 to start with. Which is wild to think of, that we used to start with so much more mana.
Like a full bar.
Like Mulligan was almost brainless.
Almost free. If your first draw was trash, like it was almost a no-brainer to do that.
Yeah, and now it's like
that's actually a decision.
If you mulligan and get an equally bad hand, like you are so far behind. 30 out of your original 140 mana just spent for just to twiddle your thumbs, essentially. Here we go. Mana drain. Oh my, that could actually set the pace of this early game. Vishnoth not going to have a whole lot to spend. Now you do recoup 80 per turn these days, but getting down into the real low double digits, not where you want to be sitting. All right. MG Brazil still choosing to deal damage underneath base stats. There's a Mirage. I can't tell if I'm behind. I feel like my feed is okay. My feed is wild right now. Tournament platform.
Subtle Ross.
I know. Subtlety, not necessarily my specialty. Vishnoth with all the stats. What are they going to choose to do in scroll slot 1 here? Is it going to be Volkor Strike? Is it going to be Tsunami? Is it going to be, run for cover? I don't know. Could be anything. But turn timer is ticking down.
All right.
Log hit. So they're choosing not to take advantage of their higher agility. MG Brazil just going for it. Some oddness. Maybe I was way behind. Some oddness.
Yeah. Log hit just went through on mine, and I'm just seeing the spinning strike get canceled out.
All right, I'm watching Endless Trench on the next turn, potentially. Okay, Fish Stab coming in. Is it going to be enough? Vishnoth, did they play? They are playing Scrolls, so I don't think we're going to see a massive...
No big overflow.
But the no stall is also going to add base damage, but again, spending more mana on Spike Shield. Vishnoth is ready. They're primed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the difference here is that their agility is base lower than MG Brazil, so they are going to have time to react. And we know, like I said, Forest in general, Forest is well aware of these straightforward sort of pound you into the ground game plans. So we'll see which Foresty mitigation they choose to go healing. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think Vishnoth has a 191 scroll, but Torrential Rain going to come in and deal damage and put a slight damper on mana regen. There's the plus 100 as well for
There's
MG
the
Brazil.
plus.
They play Knee of Justice just for jollies.
Just for funsies.
Probably more importantly to free up some hand space.
Very likely, yes.
Because now that they've played both of those massive healing scrolls, it's going to be a little more scroll dependent on how they can react. I mean, they're in the health lead right now, which is a different scenario than they've been in. Cheat is going to be the play. So temporal shift in. Oh my, Vishnoth.
Okay, yeah.
Did they fall in? Did they fall wholeheartedly into the trap? Oh me, oh my. There's the restore. All right, living fruit comes
Oh, and
out.
living fruit, yep.
So again, a little less straightforward game plan here.
Oh, the tsunami's gonna
Tsunami
get eaten by a temporal shift.
and Bubble
Same. Oh,
Barrage.
that's rough. That's real rough. We'll see.
That was easily 200 damage
Yeah.
in that turn.
So we'll see if this can get staved off this coming turn as well.
Yeah, in theory, that damage goes through at the end of this next turn, but we've seen in the semifinals that is not to the game plan of MG Brazil or really any of these Rooted Resilience forests. Sinkhole is the play. So now damage is free to come through. Okay. And not
then
anymore.
hold the line. Yep. Root Resilience pops off. And now that is going to get wiped clean.
That's right. They get the Restore and the Root of Resilience out of that one scroll, which is bonkers. Manuel to keep MG Brazil in the game scroll wise. Hydrate, going to detoxify all of those poisons and toxins away.
Mm-hmm.
And end of turn resolves. We still
have some of those stat debuffs.
Yeah, Root of Resilience is still alive for MG
Yep.
Brazil, which means they cannot deal damage. They can still be dealt damage this turn, but it is sort of a 2-turn effect. Neither player can deal damage on the first turn, but on the second turn, only the player of Rooted. And Root of Resilience is live again. No direct damage being dealt. Oh, but Vishnoth saw right through it. Didn't play any of their final couple scrolls. Again, knowing full well that as soon as they have those final 5 scrolls in hand, that is when the shenanigans of sort of hand management can begin. We've seen both Rooted Resiliences already, so we know that damage is not necessarily going to be a factor. We've also seen both major heals out of MG Brazil.
Oh,
but there's the Fruit Vision to dodge the next attack. A run for cover to dodge
the answer. Yeah.
Jungle Block, just in case the next attack gets through.
Oh, Siren Song gets caught by the Fruit Vision. Healing Bed pops off for Vishnoth. I don't know if we're going to get any run for cover usage. Yep, so MG Brazil holds back there on damage dealing. 50 defense from MG Brazil. 3 scrolls left for Vishnoth. And that's it.
And that's
there
it.
It is.
They knew that Joke's on You was coming. They knew they couldn't close it out. And we now know. GG's. We've got ourselves a winner. Stopanetum is our grand champion. Right? I didn't butcher that, did I?
No.
Chat, I was looking at my screen and then the stream screen, and I was like, are they actually the same perspective? I'm uncertain. Where's my stuff?
Yeah, Yeah.
Stopping in him, yes, with MG Brazil.
Yes.
Stopping in him takes home the crown and is qualified automatically for this series championship that we're all questing towards at the end of March. GG's to our champion. Also GG's to our runner-up, and of course our semifinalists that we got to watch today. Whew. What a way to start 2026, folks. That was a ride.
A ride indeed. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for sticking through some connection issues. We know why you're here for that Titan action, and we got quite a lot of it today.
True. We will catch you guys next week. We